What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Stocks by the Numbers. And today I just wanted to take a look at the market overall real quick. And I'm looking here at EDR. This is Endeavor Group Holding. This is actually the parent company that purchased the UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, MMA promotion. A lot of people, I'm sure you heard of it. And basically what's going on is, as you can see today, this stock was brought down, hit a new 52-week low here at 1881. And again, just like with Verizon hitting new lows, I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. First of all, here at the top, you can see Dow pulls back right now. There's about 10 minutes to go before the close. I just wanted to make the video real quick, but Dow right now down 1,300 points, NASDAQ down almost 700 points, 4%, 5% drop respectively. And basically what's going on is, see, yesterday the market overreacted with this huge 1,000-point pump on the Dow after the Fed raised interest rates. Now, I understand that people were just waiting for the announcement so that they can get it out of the way and then step into the market and make some buys. But at the end of the day, people forget, a lot of people don't understand how the Federal Reserve works. And when rates are increased, that means that it costs us more money to get money. So when something like this happens, I really don't understand how the market can shoot up on news like this, because any way you kind of cut it, that's negative news. So basically what happened is you got a 1,000-point jump yesterday on the Dow, and now boom, not only did we give it back, but we dropped even more. We were down over 1,300 points at one point. So right now, towards the end of the day, it looks like some buys are coming in. People are trying to pick up some of these stocks here at discounted prices, and hopefully it's going to turn around inside of the next week or two for everybody. But I wanted to talk about EDR because the UFC and MMA in general actually is a growing sport. It's very entertaining, and pay-per-view sales have been going up for the company. And even if you scroll down here, you can see, like, on the EPS side, EDR has been beating earnings. This next quarter seems a little high, but me personally, I am confident. And over the quarters, you can see slow and steady increases in revenue up to about 1.5 billion, probably going to get close to 2 billion inside of the next quarter or two at the rate in which the company's growing. And basically overall, I personally believed in this company when it first IPO'd, and I picked up some shares. I think it was around like the $26, $27 range. And obviously I'm down on them right now, but I liked it at 26, and I like it even more here at 20. Now there's a big pay-per-view coming up this Saturday. It's probably going to be a huge event. It's going to get a decent amount of buys. You got some big names on the card. So the pay-per-view numbers are probably going to do pretty well. And I believe it says here May 12th. I think it's May 22nd might be confirmed for EDR earnings release here on TradingView. Actually, no, this says May 12th. May 12th also. Okay, so May 12th, you got earnings coming up, and this Saturday, you're going to have a big pay-per-view. So usually what we see is just like we saw with Verizon, which I spoke about in a previous video. They ran the stock up to 55 going into earnings. It was on fire, and then they didn't see what they wanted to see, and they crashed it down to 45 and had it hit new lows. Now, with a situation like this, if they do come in light and they do come in short on these numbers, the street might really beat this stock up and probably bring it down to like $15, $16 range. But again, even if that does happen, I still think that would be an overreaction, and I would be confident stepping in buying shares at the $15, $16 level also. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is growing industry, MMA, here at under $20. I think it's a steal. This is a yearly chart. You can see here at the beginning of the year, stock was well over 30. Might have been a little overvalued here at those levels. But again, just like Verizon, I think that not only is this going to bounce off the lows going into next week, but they have earnings coming up on the 12th. So the stock will probably run into earnings. Me, I rolled the dice. I like to do naked calls, naked puts. I stepped in and I purchased some 25 calls on EDR, very cheap. They were trading like 10 by $15. So I just stepped in personally. I rolled the dice. I took a shot. But I do believe in the company, especially long term. If you guys are looking for some of these stocks that are really going to grow over time and, generate some nice returns in a long-term portfolio account, I think something like EDR could be good. And here at under $20, again, I think it's a great price. So overall, what the markets are going to do tomorrow, personally, it's kind of hard to tell. However, we did have a 1,000-point swing up, and now today, as you can see, just a few minutes before the close, we're still down 1,100 points here on the Dow. So it might have just been another extreme overreaction from what happened yesterday, and everyone just woke up today and jumped on board and started buying puts and shorting everything. So we could potentially see a rebound tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is Friday. You got a lot of options expiring tomorrow. That usually causes a little market volatility. So we can kind of swing up and down either way. But in my opinion, if I had to call it, I'd say conservatively, maybe the Dow will close up maybe 100, 150 points tomorrow going into the weekend. But just wanted to do a little recap here on the market. You see the VIX here up 26%. But I think everything's going to settle down going into next week. And again, a company like EDR, they got a good management team. You got Dana White over there, president UFC. He goes hard. He gives 110% at every press conference and everything he can do. And the fighters overall, I think, are gaining some momentum and a little more popularity. And the UFC signed their deal with ESPN, so they're getting a lot more eyeballs on the sport and also on the company. And I have a feeling that once they really go net income positive and they really start showing some good numbers here to the public, I think that this stock is really going to run long term. And we're looking at potentially a $40, $50 stock inside of the next year or two. What I'm thinking is that perhaps people just don't know that EDR is the parent company for UFC. And I think that once they start really increasing these numbers and posting even better earnings reports, and then of course the word spreads that you can buy shares of EDR and you're investing into the UFC, I personally feel that this stock is going to really increase long term. And again, like I said, you're going to see 40 to 50, in my opinion, inside of the next week or two. A year or two, excuse me. So EDR, just something to keep an eye on for you long-term guys, and even you short-term guys. Like I said, if you want to jump in and try to ride some calls going into earnings, I think we could see a nice run, hopefully back up to maybe the $24, $25 level, and you can make some short-term gains that way. But again, this is Stocks by the Numbers. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it down in the comments section. And just like everyone else on YouTube says, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you like what I have to say. Obviously, it helps us out a lot. And, we'll see you in the next one. I hope everyone is successful moving forward. I hope everyone makes a couple of dollars. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good day.